All right, let's just jump right in. In a world jam-packed with predators, things with huge teeth, deadly venom, and razor-sharp claws, there's one title that always gets people talking: the world's most dangerous. And you know what's crazy? That title doesn't belong to a lion or a shark or a snake. It belongs to a bird.
So which one is it? An eagle, maybe? An ostrich? Nope. The answer is something else entirely. It's a creature that honestly looks like it walked straight out of Jurassic Park and into our world. Everybody, meet the cassowary. You'll only find this giant bird deep in the rainforests of northern Australia and Papua New Guinea. And, well, it's earned this reputation for being the single most formidable feathered creature on the entire planet. But is that reputation really deserved? We're going to find out.
To really get the story here, you've got to understand the animal. And when you look at a cassowary, it is immediately obvious this is no ordinary bird. It's built different. It's built for a fight.
I mean, just look at its arsenal. Every single part of the cassowary seems designed to intimidate you. You've got its sharp, heavy-duty beak, those incredibly intense, staring eyes. It has that weird-looking crest on its head called a casque. And then, of course, you get to those unbelievably muscular legs that end in these terrifying claws.
But its main weapon, that's what's truly shocking. The inner toe on each of its feet is basically a spike that can grow up to 13 centimeters long. That's not just a claw, folks. It's a literal dagger. It is capable of causing some absolutely devastating wounds.
And you can really see the difference when you put it next to its relatives. Take an ostrich. Sure, it's bigger, but it's got lean legs built for running away. A cassowary's legs? They're shorter, but they're just packed with pure muscle, totally built for these powerful, leaping attacks. This bird can jump nearly 2 meters straight into the air and kick forward.
So, what about that horn-looking thing on its head? You'd think it's solid bone, right? Something it uses for ramming, but it's not. The casque is actually spongy and made of cartilage. Its main purpose is all for show. It makes the bird look bigger and way more threatening, which helps scare off rivals or predators without ever having to get into a fight. And if the look wasn't enough, then there's the sound it makes. The cassowary produces this deep, low-frequency booming call that travels for long distances, right through the jungle. It is an eerie sound, almost prehistoric. It uses it to mark its territory and to talk to other cassowaries. But just when you think you've got this bird all figured out, as this fearsome dinosaur-like brawler, its story takes a hard left turn, because the cassowary has a secret life, one that's way less violent than it looks. Believe it or not, this terrifying-looking creature is mostly a fruit eater. Yeah, over 90% of its diet is fruit. It just wanders around the forest floor, using those powerful legs and claws not just for defense, but to crack open fallen fruits to get at the pulp inside. And this diet actually gives it a super important role in its ecosystem. The cassowary is what you'd call an accidental gardener. It swallows fruits, like the Australian jungle plum, completely whole. Then, later on, it passes the seeds in its droppings far away from the parent tree. It's effectively planting a whole new generation of the forest. Seriously, a lot of plant species totally depend on this bird for their survival.
And the surprises just don't stop there. When it comes to their family life, the roles are completely flipped from what you'd probably expect. The female lays her eggs, and then she just leaves. That's it. It's the male who does all the hard work. He sits on the eggs, and then he single-handedly raises these little striped chicks for the next 9 months. A single dad.
Okay, so what do we have? We have a fearsome-looking bird with dagger claws that's also a fruit-eating single-dad gardener. Which brings us all the way back to our main question. Is the cassowary really the world's most dangerous bird?
So what does the actual data say? Well, despite its terrifying reputation, despite all the stories of aggressive encounters, the total number of confirmed human deaths caused by a cassowary in all of recorded history is 1. Just 1. And even that one time, it happened after the man attacked the bird first.
Now, to put that single death into perspective, let's look at another animal. In India alone, elephants are responsible for around 300 human deaths every single year. I mean, the numbers aren't even in the same ballpark.
So why the huge difference? Well, it all comes down to one thing: context. Elephants in India live really close to hundreds of millions of people. Cassowaries, on the other hand, live deep in remote jungles, where they almost never run into humans. Their incredibly low fatality rate is a direct result of just being isolated. This reclusive nature means that while the cassowary might not be a major threat to us, we are definitely a threat to it. Its future is far from guaranteed, which makes protecting it a huge priority.
Right now, there are probably between 20 and 50,000 cassowaries in the wild, and it's a protected species. They live for about 18 to 20 years out there, but in captivity they've been known to live up to 40. So protecting their rainforest home is absolutely key to making sure these incredible creatures can keep doing their important work as the gardeners of the jungle.
And all of this leaves us with one last thought. The cassowary is a wild animal, no doubt about it. It's equipped to defend itself in a tough world. It's fiercely territorial and undeniably powerful. But its story really forces us to ask a question. When we label an animal dangerous, are we actually describing the animal? Or are we just describing our own fear of the wild?